5 million people at every given day will have an update from you. Hundreds of thousands on Twitter, hundreds of thousands on Periscope, hundreds of thousands on Facebook, if not millions. You have millions on Facebook too? Or
I have about 350,000.
350,000. Yeah. I mean, the numbers are really, truly exorbitant and astronomical, and it's wild to have it. We talked about all that last time, and now it's like, hey, how do I just go out and hang with some people too, though? Yeah. Like, as big as you are, it's nice just to rub shoulders on personal relationships with people.
Yeah, especially in the traditional world, because I mean, I'm from digital, and we had this conversation earlier today, but like being from digital, it's kind of a weird kind of paradox, because I'm in digital, and yeah, I have just under 5 million, which I should hit by Christmas, which is a huge milestone for me personally. But it's like I'm well known in that world and internationally. Hey, but just I know that voice. But just walking through the city and stuff, you know, occasionally I'll get a selfie with people, and I love when that happens. It makes me feel really good, and I always take those opportunities, and especially to meet, you know, those people and say, like, what do you do? Like, how did you find out who I am and stuff? Different age groups and stuff. But it's that I want to start rubbing shoulders with more traditional media people, because I feel like I've done a lot in the digital world, like I was saying, but now I'm meeting people. I mean, you were probably one of the first people in traditional that I started hanging out with in the city, and now I've got my friend Rachel, who's super connected, Rachel David, and just meeting, there's so many cool people in traditional, and that's now where I'm kind of expanding out into, and it's exciting. It's a whole new world for me.
Well, what's like, you know, interesting to me still is there is that divide. You know, Brody, if you think about it, where digital is, if you're not in the digital space, you basically don't exist. And if you're just even on a TV or a movie, if you don't have digital presence, you're not nearly the celebrity or have that kind of exposure you once did. It's our biggest asset too. You know, we get to have live shows on Sirius and then put it up in the podcast world, where we're right at this year. You know, this time last year we won Best Podcast of the Year, and I still find it wild. But what I find more amazing, Matthew, is that you go out and meet people who are still like, oh yeah, you're in the digital world. It's like, they should be fucking kissing your ass.
And that, I mean, I suppose I see the argument for that, and I take it anytime. I mean, if they want to, but it's like, to some degree, there's still that divide of, you know, there's still something to be said for traditional. I used to have the mindset that, like, I was 100% digital. TV is dead, and I'm super like anti-TV. But the truth is, I'm not that anymore. And what I've realized is nowadays you have to be everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's not just digital. It's not just traditional. It's everywhere. So, like I keep talking about that, but that's what I'm doing in 2016. I'm making big moves into the digital world, and I want to get my brand to be just everywhere as much as possible, and that comes, you know, with my book coming out at the end of the year. I think September or October, which is called Mind Equals Blown. We're going to do a whole campaign around that, which I'm super excited about. That's through Penguin Books, I believe, and I want to be in more TV shows and movies, because the fact of the matter is, the radio is still pretty cool. I'm super cool, actually. That's why I'm here. TV is, and movies are, because that's what makes you a household name. It's, oh, did you hear Matt on the Todd Shapiro show? You know what I mean? Did you see Matt on that TV show? He did it. That's the type of stuff that makes you a household name, is getting out there. Because the truth of the matter is, yes, it's hard to kind of blow up in the YouTube world and in digital, but at the same time, it's looked at differently and perceived differently, because the barrier to entry is so low. So anyone can upload a YouTube video. Not just anyone can do what you're doing right now. You know, might argue
although now with the
but
podcast world, in a way, you know, like the, you know, people, it's we were talking about earlier today, but how people are disruptive in any industry. Yeah. Whether you're Uber taking on now the taxi drivers and being successful, to YouTube stars to podcasters. There's a lot of competition. There's so much ability to put out entertainment out there these days, and that's why you continually have to work hard at it, and do what you said, Matthew. everywhere. Be a part of everything. If you can be a part of everything under that one umbrella where people can just find you, including Jay Brody at the corner of a street late at night if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, that's always good. I got the tickles for that one.
I'm digital, traditional, and very non-traditional.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I'd love to see you in a pair of heels. I feel like that would just be a treat.
It's a sight. Mm-hmm. It's a sight to see.
I got a little chubby.
We're good. We're putting this on YouTube. I think, though, it's important to note that your YouTube fans, 5 million of them, you're not going anywhere from that. You're not going to. Your work's never going to be compromised from it, right?
Never. And no matter what I do, no matter where my brand goes and I expand into, I'm going to take the route that Dwayne Johnson took. Like, if you look at what he did, he came up in WWF. Then it was WWE, and he was still doing wrestling. And then he became a massive movie star. But the thing is, if you look at what he's doing, even though he's making millions of dollars, way more money than he would ever make as a wrestler, and it's easier on his body, those wrestlers, they're crippled by the time they're like 55 because they're getting all kinds of injuries and stuff. And they die early because of that stuff. But so many people would say, like, well, why would you ever go back to wrestling? Like, just be a movie star, be a superhero. But the truth is, he always comes back to the WWF, whether it's for like a little stint for, someone scripts something and he comes back and fights. I to be honest, I haven't watched it in a really long time, but I do see that he comes back all the time. And that's why I respect him so much, because he never forgot where he came from. He expanded, but he always comes back to his home. And he says that, The Rock comes back, So I respect that tremendously. And that's something that I want to do. But the difference is, whereas he'll leave to do a movie, I'll probably just never leave YouTube. You can schedule your videos ahead of time. So I'll probably if I ever have to work on like a major motion picture or something where I'm like, maybe God willing, I'll have a lead role and that requires me to film for 3 months, I will just shoot 3 months of videos, have those ready, and just do it all. And that goes back to what you're saying. You have to be everywhere. I totally agree. But that gets exhausting. And you guys know that. Like, you know how tiring it is to be on every social media platform, Twitter, Snapchat, Vine, Instagram, Periscope. It just never ends. I have 2 channels. I'm starting a 3rd YouTube channel.
So you have the vlog channel, obviously, and your main channel, just Matthew Santoro, where you do your, the 10 bizarre cults, the myths, the facts, the 50 amazing, the things that'll blow your mind, all of the top 5 lists, all that stuff. But what is that? What would a 3rd channel be?
Man, I don't even know why I'm doing it, because I'm already stretched pretty thin. But I have my main, what I call my main channel, my infotainment channel, which is infotainment, which is Matthew Santoro. That's educational videos with a twist of comedy. My 2nd channel is Matthew Santoro Vlogs, which I have the vlog camera here right now. It's just a Sony camera that I walk around, talk about my life. I'm here having lunch with Todd, that kind of stuff. And then my 3rd channel, which I haven't even launched yet, but it's already got 73,000 subscribers. I haven't even done anything with it yet.
That's crazy.
It's Santoro Gaming. And it's going to be me doing the PewDiePie thing,
playing video games,
recording myself, playing games. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I've got the proper sound equipment now. And then I started a podcast 2 weeks ago. Nice. So I'm in the podcast world now. It's just my username is Matthew Santoro on SoundCloud. I am really passionate about that, actually, more so than the gaming channel. There's something about podcasting and what you do here that's just unique, because unlike everything else I do, there's nothing to be seen. Well, except,
Yeah, we are filming, but it's a little different. Like there's something we've always said this, and it's funny because it took me months to even get used to Jake being here filming us and doing stuff on YouTube. But there is still this atmosphere that we've tried to create, which is to get rid of all your inhibitions, to have real, genuine conversations, and that is a thing in most mediums that actually doesn't exist, and that's why the podcast or the radio medium is really the most entertaining, the most genuine, the most candid.
Mm-hmm, yeah, absolutely.
Hey, what's up? I'm Roddy. Subscribe to our channel. You're going to love it. For the rest of this episode, you got to check out our podcast online on the website. Go check it out. You won't be disappointed.